Did you know that the blood pressure number 120/80, the one we've believed our whole lives to be the gold standard, is no longer considered normal? Yes, I want you to really hear this, because it could change the way you think about your heart health. Hello, my friends. I'm Dr. John Anderson, a cardiologist with over 35 years of experience at Mayo Clinic, Minnesota. For decades, I've been walking alongside older patients, people just like you, those who worry about their heart, their blood pressure, and their quality of life. In my practice, I often hear one familiar question. Doctor, is my blood pressure at 120/80 okay? And today, I have to tell you that according to the latest 2025 hypertension guidelines, the answer has changed. What we once thought of as perfectly safe is now classified as pre-hypertension. I know this may sound confusing, even frustrating. Doctor, why do they keep changing the rules? But stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'll explain why medicine has shifted its view, and more importantly, what you can do starting today to protect your heart for the years to come. When I tell my patients that 120/80 is no longer considered normal, I often see their eyes widen in surprise. Many say, "But doctor, all my life I was told that 12/8 meant I was healthy." And they're right. For decades, that was the truth we lived by. But medicine, my friends, is like life itself. It doesn't stand still. We learn, we discover, and sometimes we have to let go of what we once believed. The 2025 hypertension guidelines are a reflection of that growth. Here's what has changed. Blood pressure below 120/80 is now considered truly normal. But if you're sitting right at 120/80 or up to 139/89, you are now in the category called pre-hypertension. And only when you cross 140/90 do we call it full hypertension. Why would experts make such a change? Not to scare you, not to sell more pills, but because the science has become clearer. We now know that the risks of heart attack, stroke, and kidney disease begin to climb earlier than we used to think, starting right at that old, perfect number of 12/8. I want you to imagine this. Two men, both 60 years old, both living what they thought were ordinary, healthy lives. One maintains a blood pressure consistently at 110/70, the other stays around 120/80. After 10 years, the man with 120/80 faces a noticeably higher risk of stroke and heart problems, even though he was told for decades that his numbers were fine. This is why the guideline changed, to protect lives before damage occurs. So, when you hear that 12/8 is now pre-hypertension, don't take it as bad news. Take it as a gift of knowledge. It's medicine's way of saying, we know more now, and because of that, you have a better chance to act early and stay healthy longer. That, my friends, is the heart of the 2025 change, shifting our focus from simply treating disease to preventing it in the first place. Have you ever asked yourself, why does medicine keep changing like this? Yesterday they said one thing, and today it's something else? I've heard that question hundreds of times in my office, and I understand. When we've lived our whole lives believing in a certain normal, any change feels unsettling, even suspicious. But you see, medicine isn't a number carved in stone. It's a river, always moving forward as our knowledge grows. Think about how, long ago, people once believed the earth was flat, until science showed us otherwise. The same thing is happening now with blood pressure. Over the last 10 to 15 years, massive studies following hundreds of thousands of people have revealed a sobering truth. The risk of heart and vascular events begins to rise right at 120/80. We don't have to wait until 140/90. Subtle damage to the arteries, the kidneys, and the heart is already taking place. One of my patients once told me, "Doctor, I always thought I was fine because my blood pressure stayed at 120/80. Then one morning, I woke up in the hospital after a mini stroke." He couldn't understand why, until I explained that modern science shows risk begins at the numbers he thought were safe. So these changes in the guidelines are not about selling more medication. They are about waking us up earlier, giving us the chance to act before disaster strikes. In the past, we only recognized the storm when it was right over our heads. Now we can see the dark clouds gathering from a distance. And when we see them early, we can close the windows, brace the doors, and protect our home. Here's what I want you to remember. 120/80 is no longer an absolutely safe zone. But don't panic. Instead, take it as a gentle reminder that it's time to give your body more care before complications creep in. Medicine changes for one reason, so that you and I have a better chance to live longer, healthier, and with greater peace of mind. When people hear that 120/80 is now labeled pre-hypertension, their first reaction is often fear. Doctor, does this mean I have to start taking pills? Let me reassure you. In most cases, the answer is no. The heart of the 2025 guidelines is not about handing out more prescriptions. It's about empowering you to take charge of your health in ways that don't depend on medicine. Medication is reserved for those who truly need it. People whose blood pressure is consistently above 140/90, or those in the pre-hypertensive range who already carry serious risks like diabetes, kidney disease, or heart problems. So what is the real focus? Lifestyle. The everyday choices you and I make. That may sound simple, but I want you to see it for what it truly is, the most powerful form of medicine we have. I've had patients who lowered their blood pressure by 10 or even 15 points just by changing the way they ate, moved, and rested. No pill in the world can work better if we ignore those foundations. I often tell my patients, imagine your body as a house. Medication is like patching a leak in the roof. But lifestyle, that's the foundation, the walls, the structure itself. If the foundation is weak, no patch will hold for long. This is why the new guidelines emphasize healthy eating, regular movement, proper sleep, stress management, and the avoidance of harmful habits as the first line of defense. These aren't small steps. They are life-saving strategies. And when practiced with consistency, they give you back control over your heart, your future, and your freedom from unnecessary medication. So, don't look at the new definition of pre-hypertension as a sentence. Look at it as an invitation, a chance to act early, to strengthen your body before disease takes root. Medicine, at its best, is not about waiting for illness. It's about keeping you well, strong, and vibrant, so you can enjoy the years ahead with clarity and joy. After hearing me say that 120/80 is no longer considered normal, you may sigh and ask, so, what do I do now, doctor? And this is the part I want you to listen to carefully, because it could change the rest of your life. The good news is, in most cases, you can control your blood pressure without relying on medication. I've spent many years watching my patients, and I've learned one thing. It's the small changes in daily habits that make the biggest difference. Let me walk you through 10 powerful paths, proven both by science and by real lives. First, eat wisely. Think of your body as a garden. If you water it with clean, pure water, the plants thrive. If you water it with salty water, the roots weaken. Our bodies are the same. Less salt, fewer processed foods, more vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. That's the fresh water your heart longs for. I had a patient who stopped eating sausages for breakfast, and within 3 months, his blood pressure dropped by 8 points. Second, move your body. We weren't born to sit all day staring at screens. A brisk walk around the park, lifting light weights, or cycling with your grandchild. All of these help blood flow more freely, strengthen the heart, and bring blood pressure down naturally. I like to tell my patients, if you can still walk to the market, your heart is younger than you think. Third, maintain a healthy weight. Every extra pound is like a heavy load strapped to your heart. Research shows that losing just 1 kilogram can reduce blood pressure by about 1 point. I remember a patient who weighed 200 pounds. After losing 18 pounds, his blood pressure dropped from 138/88 to 128/80. all without medication. Fourth, honor your sleep. A restless night is like forcing your heart to run a marathon in the dark. People who sleep fewer than 6 hours a night face up to a 40% higher risk of high blood pressure. Restorative sleep is a natural medicine no drug company can manufacture. Fifth, manage stress and care for your spirit. Life will always bring challenges, but how we respond makes all the difference. Meditation, prayer, journaling, or simply sitting quietly to hear the morning bird song. These calm the mind and gently lower blood pressure. I've seen patients whose numbers improved simply because they found peace in their church community. Sixth, cut back on alcohol and quit smoking. A glass of wine may bring cheer, but many glasses will push your pressure sky high. And cigarettes. Each puff not only spikes your blood pressure, but also scars your blood vessels. When one of my patients quit smoking, he told me, "It feels like I've been given another springtime in my life." Seventh, pay attention to your environment. Air pollution, traffic noise, even cold nights all affect blood pressure. You may not control the whole city, but you can protect your home. Plant trees, reduce noise, keep warm in winter. Eighth, nourish yourself with omega-3s and heart-friendly foods. Salmon, sardines, flax seeds, chia seeds. These are gifts of nature. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation and improve vessel elasticity. Just look at the Japanese, who eat fish regularly and have lower rates of heart disease, a living example of food as medicine. Ninth, stay hydrated. Even mild dehydration can cause your blood pressure to fluctuate. Drinking 6 to 8 glasses of water daily is like giving your body a fresh river, helping your blood flow smoothly and your kidneys work steadily. I often remind my older patients, don't wait until you're thirsty to drink. 10th, nurture your relationships. Loneliness is a silent toxin. It raises stress and blood pressure alike. In contrast, a friendly conversation, a family dinner, or a hug from a grandchild are healing medicines no pharmacy sells. Now you may say, "Doctor, I already know all this." But let me ask you, are you truly living them day after day? Knowledge only matters when it becomes action. And I believe that if you start with just one small change today, less salt, 10 more minutes of walking, 1 extra hour of sleep, your heart will thank you for the rest of your journey. My friends, we've traveled a long road together in this conversation. We began with a number, 120/80, a number many of us trusted for most of our lives. And we've seen how in 2025, medicine has redefined that number. Not to frighten us, not to confuse us, but to give us the chance to act earlier, to guard our hearts before trouble begins. If there's one lesson I hope you carry with you today, it is this: your health is not written in stone. It is written in the choices you make each day. Whether it's the food on your plate, the walk you take after dinner, or the way you choose to rest your mind at night, every decision is a brushstroke painting the future of your heart. I think of a patient I once had, a gentleman in his early 70s. For years, he dismissed lifestyle advice, telling me, "Doctor, at my age, what difference will it make?" Then one day, he had a mild heart scare. It shook him. Slowly, he began walking daily, cutting down salt, and sleeping better. 6 months later, not only was his blood pressure lower, but his eyes sparkled with new life. He told me, "I never thought I'd feel this good again." His story is a reminder that it is never too late to reclaim your health. I want you to ask yourself, what is one small change I can start today? Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Because prevention is not about grand gestures. It is about consistency, about honoring your body one day at a time. So let this video be more than information. Let it be your invitation. An invitation to walk a little more, to laugh a little more, to eat a little wiser, to breathe a little deeper. And if this message has touched you, if you believe it could help someone you love, please don't keep it to yourself. Click, like, share this video, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel Health Bloom path. Here you will find not just medical knowledge, but encouragement, companionship, and practical steps for living your best years with strength and joy. Remember, my friends, your blood pressure is not just a number on a screen. It is a story of how you live. Write that story with care. Write it with courage. And together, let's keep blooming in health, no matter our age. I'm Dr. John Anderson, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this time with me. Until next time, take care of your heart. It's the only one you have.